We get asked often, how did you come up with a certain beer? How did you come up with the name of a beer? I always flash back to originally when I came up with Shipyard Export Ale, I talked with Alan Pugsley and I wanted to get a beer that the Canadians would be excited about coming down to Federal Jackson, Kennebunkport, and having that style. That was the original way we would come up with beers. What do we think the customer would love or like at our brew pubs? And a lot of our beers we test at our brew pubs and we do in small batches at our 7-barrel brewery in KBC, Kennebunkport Brewing Company. What I would do is look at what the customer is saying or interested in. If they've traveled around the world, so, geez, I would really love to have a Pilsner similar to what I had in Germany. Or so today we have the ability to manipulate water and get any hops and ingredients from around the world. So it gives a lot of flexibility for the beers that you can create today. It's kind of a fun thing that we can do with the brew pub. And being fortunate to have a master brewer, Alan Pugsley, as a partner, Paul Hendry, our brewer who's been with us for over 30 years, and then we have some new brewers, Adam Moses at Yakima Hops, and we'll talk to our malt suppliers, see what might be newly grown out there, and we'll come up with different beers. So right now we're very excited about the Nitro American Pale Ale. That actually came from our collaboration with our partners in the UK, and we're very excited about that. Having been one of the original brewers in the country, I would say we go more with our gut and think about what's happening out there and what's available for unique ingredients to create new beers. It really comes from sitting in the brew pubs and listening to customers, and they'll say, geez, have you got this or have you got that? I was traveling and experienced this, would you try something like that? And we'll put our own spin on it. Because of the flexibility in brewing we've developed, we can pretty much brew any beer there is out there. Some of them sell better than others, but by having the brew pubs and also being, heavily involved in retail, we can do both. A lot of times I'll get asked, what beer is your favorite? And it honestly depends on the mood I'm in, but I would have to say the Shipyard Export Ale is my favorite beer, especially today where it's tasting so great. I'll have beers I drink every once in a while, a little bit more than others, like a Bluefin Stout when it's a cold fall day, or for dessert with something like that. Or I'll have a blueberry on a hot summer day, and I like a sunfish. We just did some new packaging with our sunfish, and are really excited about that. A grapefruit peach, very light drinking, very similar to our Blue Paw, which is one of the country's leading blueberry beers. We're doing a national release on that, and we may, ask you out there to help us get it positioned in your local store, because we can get it everywhere. You can literally, no matter where you are in the country, go to your local package store and say, listen, I want to get Pumpkinhead from Shipyard. I see the guy out there, Fred, all the time talking about his beer, his life, his entrepreneurship, and really calling on you to go out there and ask for our Pumpkinhead beer and post it back on one of our YouTube discussions.